Okay, we're live here on Facebook. We're live on Instagram. And today we're going to be talking about preaching or practicing what you preach, how it feels to run ads or spending money every day to run ads. And you could do this or we could do this. Kind of like most construction jobs, like anyone with the tool could do it, but it takes the right skills and knowing exactly like what to do to be able to get X or Y result. So a lot of people they they seem like they're super smart and they they're almost like a jack of all trades, if you will, and then they go out and they do really good work in the construction industry. So they'll go out and they'll do really good concrete or really good fencing or woodworking, and then that also translate to other jobs that they could also do in the home. So they're like a jack of all trades, and so since they're so smart, they feel like they have the skills, or they can go and on YouTube and acquire the skills to then be able to go and run ads themselves. And a lot of the time, they might just end up like wasting a lot of money, which could be a lot of trouble. So, if you've ever invested into advertising, you know that there's going to be a little gap, some period of time, a few days, or maybe a weeks go by that you might not even get any results, or you're spending $30, $50, $100 every day, and maybe you get some leads, but then the sales process takes a week to 2 weeks to be able to get those results. So the reason why we're talking about practicing what you preach is because we preach to our clients, number one, to get deals of word of mouth, and we preach that too. Get deals from like social media and organic content, which usually doesn't get the phone to ring and get you more jobs, but we preach that too. We post 2 to 3 times every single week just to stay top of mind, to give value to the people, to show some results we've gotten for our clients as well. And then now, other than like doing stuff on Google, having a website, obviously a brand, we started advertising. So we're spending, I think like $30 or $40 per day on Facebook and Instagram ads to get leads for ourselves. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about the feeling that you get when you start advertising. Well, if you're doing it yourself and you don't really have like an idea of what to expect, or you're doing it with someone that doesn't know what to expect, that could probably feel like a lot of trouble, and you're feeling like, whoa, am I gonna make my money back? Like, if it doesn't work out, hopefully you're not thinking this. Like, if it doesn't work out, then like I'm gonna be in the red. The mentality that you should go into is like, we'll give it enough time to be able to test to see if there's any results that are going to come out from it. But the first few days, it depends too on Facebook or on Google. But like on Facebook, we're spending money on Facebook right now and Instagram. We launched some actually pretty good ads, and then we just let it run for 2 to 3 days. I think on the second day, we started getting our first leads, and then it's been like a lead to 2 leads per day. I had an idea that we were gonna get like about 120. I was willing to pay even like $300 per lead, or even like $500 per customer that we get to work with. However, and then I asked Jordan, I'm like, hey, how much do you think a lead's gonna cost? He said around like 50 or $60. And now that we kind of have been running this for almost a week, the lead cost is around like $30, like $29, $39, which is pretty good. All the leads have not booked an appointment, and I have not talked to all of them, but we have booked, and I have talked to some of them so that we can see if what we're doing and what they're doing aligns, and if it makes sense for us to work together. So that is the feeling you'll get, is like, wow, is this actually really going to work? Wow, I'm spending quite a bit of money on this if you've never really spent 30, 50, $100 a day. That's the feeling you might get, but you also have like an idea of like, oh, wow, I'm working with experts, or we are experts and we're running this, so we know what to expect. If we do X, Y, Z, we know that ABC outcome is going to happen. So that's kind of like the feeling that you get. And if you ever hesitated to like invest into your own marketing, just drop a comment in the chat, and we'll reach out to you and see if we can help you. But people trust experts who believe in their own solutions. So even for you guys, like if you're selling like bathroom renovations, kitchen renovations, if you're a general contractor and your home looks like it's like falling apart, that could be a lot of trouble. If you're making content in that home, you don't want to be doing that. If your driveway is falling apart and you're selling driveways and maybe you have clients come by, that's not a good look. Even if like you have clothes that are ripping apart or your phone's cracked and ripped apart too, like that's not a good look. You want to be professional and you want to deal with professionals. So make sure that you know what skills you have as well. Because a lot of people, as I was talking earlier, they think they're a jack of all trades and they try to go and do their own advertising, which can be a lot of trouble in a lot of ways. I talked to a guy today and he's like, wow, what you guys are charging for consulting, which is about $700 per call, 3 to 4 hour call. He's like, what? That's actually really fair compared to like all the money that I probably wasted on random provinces or not in the right area. I'm willing to pay that and more to like learn properly. So just be sure that you're hiring people with like the right skills that you actually like want to learn, or they have the results that you actually like wanna get. I put into ChatGPT. We love ChatGPT, so we use it a lot, even for these lives. I was like, hey, I'm doing this live about practicing what you preach, how it feels to run ads, and you guys could do it, or we could do it. And then we're gonna give you a book recommendation after, since it's Valentine's Day. We're gonna change it up a little bit. But then, long story short, ChatGPT said that common fears and doubts, which is probably good to talk about, is like, what if I waste money? I've tried ads before and they don't work. I don't really have the time to figure it out. But ads are just a tool, like a software carpenter. It's normal to feel uncomfortable, but learning the process or hiring a pro makes a lot of difference. And most people fail with ads because they don't test or refine their approach. So you either have two choices. You can learn the skill, get a really good strategy, get some landing pages and tracking, but the main point is like you learn the skill, get good at the skill, or B, you get help. So just like you tell your customers to hire a pro for contracting for the driveway or whatever, you should obviously hire a pro for marketing. Because number one, you probably don't have time, and number two, you probably don't know where to start. And if you do, like that's good for you that you're saving some money. And a lot of the time we do consulting, which teaches our clients how to do our job and handle our client accounts. But in this case, it would be like their own client account. So just to recap, if you believe in your own service, invest in it. Running ads is just like any other skill. Either you learn it or you get the right help. So kind of like you guys as contractors, we could go out and let's say you're a painter, just for conversation, or a driveway concrete finisher. I could go out and buy the wood, put the wood down, like the forms, get the gravel, like excavate it, probably go to Home Depot, rent out the machines, the tools that I need, maybe get a couple friends, call the concrete truck, get the barbed wire. Like I'll go through all the process, and I'll probably end up pouring that driveway, and then I'll finish it, and then I'll probably wait till cover it up, wait till the next day, and then I think you cut it. I don't know, like I'm not the expert at cutting it, but I think that's what you do. So then I would cut it, and then you wash it. And so like this is my belief of how I think that a driveway is done. And so you guys might have a belief of how you think that Facebook ads are done, Google ads and Instagram ads are done, and how a website is done. However, what I just described of doing a driveway is probably not the best way. It probably sucks. I'm probably not going to use the right materials or use the right ratios or whatever. And so there's like within the skill of becoming a concrete finisher, there's like little skills that you must understand and kind of master. And same thing here. There's so much to know for you to be able to make money online and get more phone calls, get more jobs from it. So just like you guys would suggest to like one of your customers is to hire a professional, because you guys probably don't consult with them and teach their husband how to go import that concrete or do XYZ contracting job. You probably just tell them to get the right help. So if you want to see what ads could possibly do for your business, DM us ads and we'll see if we might be able to help you. And a book recommendation, I'll give two. One is The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. A lot of businesses or business owners, they struggle spending money wisely. So this book kind of breaks down how to make smart decisions and not let fear hold you back. And then the second book is The Evolution of Desire by Dr. David Buss. Really good book. I've read this a couple times, and the reason why I'm recommending this book is, number one, Valentine's Day is coming up. Even though it's just like, I guess, a holiday so people can spend more money because you can show your love every other day. It doesn't have to be on Valentine's Day. But this is a really good book because if you get your career choice wrong, or who you decide to have kids with or marry, that's just a disaster for a bad life. You want to make sure you have those two choices correct so that you have a fun, long life and an exciting relationship too as well. Because I think that's who you spend the most time with after your family. So those are my two book recommendations. We'll see what we talk about next week. Maybe Jordan will join us. And other than that, we will talk soon. Bye.